Breaking, reality star Amberrose caught by TMZ and had this to say about former President Trump and the Democratic Party. Now let's get to
We're shocked with your, endorsement of Donald Trump. I mean, you're all about women's rights issues. I mean, what was the reation for the big change?
Is Donald Trump not for women's rights issues?
I mean, I guess a lot of people were asking.
Trying to make America great again. That's for women too, right?
That's true. I mean,
there you go.
I know. Does him getting convicted change the way you view him?
Not at all.
I mean, do you think it'll help his chances getting reelected or it'll hurt
I think it helps him more.
Hey everyone, welcome to the mix. Like, share, subscribe, per usual. I need for you all to listen to this video. Yes, listen to it from beginning to end. I won't keep you all long. It's free to like, it's free to share, it's free to listen, and it's free to subscribe. Thank you in advance for your continued support. If you are interested in donating, hit that cash app right here. Further donation information is in the description section of this post. If you all are interested in participating in the polls, I have them going on in the community section. So head on over there and vote. Now, let's jump right into the topic. Okay, everyone, as you can see what this video is going to be about, yes, Amberrose and her support for the former President Trump. Let me pause it right here. Okay, if you guys do not know Amberrose, she's a popular IG model. She used to date Kanye West. I believe she's from Philly. Yeah, she's from Philadelphia. She was once an exotic dancer, aka a stripper. But she also was married to Wiz Khalifa as well, and has a child by Wiz Khalifa and a child by someone else. So her claim to fame, in my opinion, is through Kanye West and through IG. So go ahead and Google her to get more information about her. But she's also a activist in her own rights in a different area. And when I say activist in a different area, in terms of women's rights, non-slut shaming, and all of that type of stuff. So, but just to give you guys a little bit of history, a little bit of background on her. So yeah, this video is about Amberrose, support of Trump. Yeah, Amberrose was pressed by TMZ, as you heard in that clip I played. So what are your thoughts? Drop some comments in the chat. My opinion, I think she has a right to support whomever she deems qualified for her vote. So do you, and so do I. It's her prerogative, it's your prerogative, it's my prerogative. As I've always said here on my channel on The Mix, when it comes to whomever your support is for, whether it be entertainment-wise, whether it be political-wise, you have a choice. You are in power. You don't have to follow trends. You don't have to, just because you may have a disagreement with someone, differences in opinion, does not have to equal division. I've said that here on this channel. On this channel, The Mix, you guys, you're going to be empowered to follow your own norm, not anyone else's, whatever that may look like for you in whatever capacity that is. So, but yeah, so Amberrose, as you heard, she's supportive of Trump and rightfully so in her own rights. Let me know your thoughts down in the chat. How do you feel about that clip? Again, she was being pressed by TMZ. But let me go ahead and share with you guys the remainder of that clip. I think it's some snippets, but it's going to be the audio version, and then I'll come back with more of my opinion and reaction.
Your, endorsement of Donald Trump. I mean, you're all about women's rights issues. I mean, what was the reason for the big change?
Is Donald Trump not for women's rights issues?
I mean, I guess a lot of people were asking.
Trying to make America great again. That's for women too, right?
That's true. I mean,
there you go.
I know. Does him getting convicted change the way you view him?
Not at all.
I mean, do you think it'll help his chances getting reelected or
I think it helps him more.
I think it actually more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people see the injustice and what happened, and they want to vote for him more than ever.
I know. I wanted to ask you. So it seems like a lot of celebrities are kind of voting for Trump now. I mean, why do you think people are kind of changing their way of
I think we just did our research, and we're just we're not brainwashed anymore by the left. I can say that about myself. All these years I've been brainwashed, and I'm not anymore.
So you think people are getting more educated about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
so.
Do you think Donald Trump would approve of the slut walk?
That's no longer. I haven't did the slut walk since 2018, so I think I can do something better for women than a slut walk.
Okay.
Although I was very passionate about the slut walk, I
loved it.
Donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to helping women get counseling for domestic violence and sexual assault and rape, and I'm still that person. I just don't think I need a slut walk for that.
I know. So what are you doing exactly now?
I'm doing a whole bunch of things. Stay tuned.
Okay, everyone, so what are your thoughts of that audio clip? You can hear or watch the full content on TMZ. Head on over there. Like this video, share this video. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel, The Mix. So what do you think about what Amberrose had to say? I believe she handled the conversation, the questions. In my opinion, I still feel that she was pressed. But I feel that she, she articulated her points very well. She handled the questions graciously, and she was clear and concise. So it sounded like she was standing 10 toes down on her support, and rightfully so. As I stated before, you have your rights, your prerogative to support whomever you want to support within whatever space or capacity that is. She did speak on, I want to touch on a few things, not being brainwashed by the left. The leftist media, and the left means, to my understanding, the Democratic Party. If I am incorrect, correct me in the chat. So when you hear left or right, my understanding the left means the blue states, the Democratic Party states. And so basically she was touching on that briefly about not being brainwashed, and I spoke on that particular topic as well on my channel. Many other videos I've done political related about my own experience and being trained or being brought up wrong when it came to the different thought processes to politics, relating to voting, relating to this whole constitutional process from a perspective, legal perspective, constitution wise, and also how it operates the Congress, and from the highest office of the land, the presidency. So when you know better, you do better. When you begin to expose your own self as you continue to grow and become a young adult, and expose yourself to other cultures and all of that, you begin to learn, you begin to grow, and not have such a one-track mind. And then when you begin to read, you begin to research, you begin to have a higher education, whether it's formal education or informal, and you can be self-taught as well. And hey, voila, you come to your own terms and your own decisions. You don't have to follow the trends. You don't have to get to digging and doing research for yourself, you guys. You'll uncover or discover a lot of things, So, but yeah, I found her comment on that to be relatable, because I too felt I was brainwashed. And like I said before, and I shared here on The Mix, how when I first voted, I voted for Clinton, and I was told to vote for Clinton. I didn't really understand the process. I didn't really understand to the local elections and the federal elections. And when it came to the federal elections, I was pushed more towards the federal elections instead of the local elections. But when you know better, you do better. So if that makes sense. So I too can relate to what Amberrose was stating in terms of being brainwashed, and that's no disrespect to those who I was brought up under, but it is what it is, So yeah, and she also spoke to people becoming more educated, as I just piggybacking off of that, not being brainwashed by the Democratic Party, people beginning to be more, in my opinion, self-educated. I think the self-education is what's driving people to more of an independent thought process when it comes to these different type of spaces. So that was telling as well. And she also spoke about Trump cases, his cases. She briefly, touched on that. Will the conviction change her voting? Whatever. She's like, no, absolutely not. And a lot of people feel that way too with her, in terms of she publicly supports former President Donald Trump, and a lot of people publicly support Donald Trump and secretly support Donald Trump, and they won't change their mind when they go into the voting booth just because of convictions under his belt. So also, too, you guys, really quickly, this is like a blind item, I believe, and I'm going to do some more digging, but I heard that the left is being alleged that the Democratic Party is working on a House bill to remove Secret Service, to strip Secret Service from former President Trump, because he's now a convicted felon. But the way they're wording it, and again, this is alleged, I'll do some more digging and research. I haven't found a lot of content on it or articles on it. I think maybe one or two in terms of video wise. So I'm going to do a little bit more digging, and then I'll probably do a video on this. But yeah, that's interesting. So basically it just seems like it's all political in a plan, in my opinion. And if they're having a bill to support removing or stripping a felon, to my understanding, that's how it's worded, to strip a felon from Secret Service security. Other felons, someone made a good point, other felons don't have Secret Service security. So who is this for? Wow. And again, it goes back to weaponizing the law. I said that in my last video I did, the video I did on the Harvey Weinstein. R. Kelly's attorney is now I'm representing Harvey Weinstein in his California appeals case. Remember, Harvey Weinstein's New York appeal case was overturned. And this all, in my opinion, you guys, ties in together. I even touched on that. And when I say ties in together, it means weaponizing the Constitution, weaponizing the law, weaponizing your power just because you don't like someone, and manipulating the law, the rules, the process, the Constitution, to eliminate someone. To me, again, in my opinion, that's not how it's supposed to work. Don't blame me, blame the founding fathers. Don't blame me, blame the people who drafted the Constitution. So, in my opinion, I believe what is happening nowadays, more so, because it's always been happening. Let's just be real and clear about this when it comes to melanated people or black people, black and brown people, it's the weaponization or the manipulation or the coloring outside the lines has always happened in a lot of cases on lower levels. When I say lower levels, meaning people who come from impoverished areas, people who don't have higher education, people who do not have resources to hire a top tier attorney, when they're in the system, be a bit hectic. It could be a bit unfair. So this always, in my opinion, has been happening since the beginning of time, but it's happening now on a much higher level. And it wasn't right. It's not right at a lower level, and it's not right at a higher level. All of it is, in my opinion, from the same poisonous fruit tree, meaning it's from the same doctrine. If I don't like this person, or if I don't understand or can relate to this person's culture, makeup, or background, I'm not going to follow the law, cross the T's, dot the I's from a prosecutorial perspective fairly and justly. So, and then from a macro level nowadays, in my opinion, it's because I don't like this person or that person from a political stance, or because this person doesn't have the same values or views. So if that makes sense, you guys, hopefully this is making sense to y'all. But shout out to Amberrose. I expect that she's bold enough and courageous enough to come out and publicly support who she wants to support, and don't care or don't give a damn about who says what. So let me know your thoughts down in the chat. Like she said, although former President Trump was convicted, she's still going to vote for him. Now what? So she does what she wants to do, and I cannot do anything but respect that. So like this video, you guys, share this video. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Keep it respectful and peaceful. I'll drop the link, a few links in the description section of this post on previous videos I did on this topic. When it comes to the former president and these prosecutorial cases, I touched on it here and there. And then on the most recent case, and in my opinion, all intertwines, because in my opinion, weaponizing the law when it comes to Mr. Robert Kelly's case, and when it comes to Mr. Bill Cosby, when it comes to Harvey Weinstein's case. So I recently did a video on Harvey Weinstein. Again, R. Kelly's attorney Jennifer Bonjean, is now representing Harvey Weinstein in his appeals case for California. So any updates, I'll keep you guys updated. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. It sucks that Mr. Robert Kelly did not win his appeal case. Harvey Weinstein won his appeal case, although they had two different lawyers. Attorney Jennifer Bonjean is a pit bull in a skirt. I think she took on Weinstein's case, in my opinion, of course, first and foremost, letter of justice, and just to see, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen from an appeal perspective in California. I think she will be probably using some of the same tactics, legal tactics. And I don't know anything for a fact. It's just me speculating. She's probably going to use some of the legal tactics that she's been using in Mr. Robert Kelly's case. So we shall see. And like, share, subscribe.